What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about two different Resident Evil 4 stories. I thought, well, why not just make this whole video just talking about Resident Evil 4? Because we do have two very different things. The first of which is the VR, right? So two kind of tweets. One was a clarifying tweet, and it was the announcement that VR mode for Resident Evil 4 has started development. Stay tuned for more details. And then there was the clarifying tweet that said VR mode for the Resident Evil Remake will be distributed as free DLC for the PS5 and PSVR 2. So that's the first part, and because it just started development, obviously not going to be ready for when the game actually comes out, but that's very good news, right? Just an extra kind of thing you're able to give to PSVR 2 owners. I know a lot of people, once they announced this remake, and because of kind of the history with Resident Evil and PlayStation VR, I guess specifically, there were a lot of people that were hoping that they would do something like this, and then now we finally got it. So that's very good. And then another story I wanted to look at is Aesthetic Gamer, aka Dust Golem, right? He talks quite a bit about Resident Evil, among other things. And he had done a tweet back, I believe, yesterday at this point, and he talked about how, it's releasing in 31 days. How are people feeling? And then he says, Capcom have definitely taken to a less is more approach to marketing to leave a lot of it to a surprise. Though we'll get a new trailer and demo announcement very soon. And I had seen that, and I was like, wow, I don't think anybody's, talking about it. Now, it's not that crazy, right, to assume that Resident Evil 4 is getting a demo, right? Because a lot of Resident Evil games get demos. But I guess what makes it confusing, because he is a leaker, right? He's an insider. He knows stuff. His next tweet, somebody flat out asked him, so a demo is definitely happening, and he just listed the reasoning. RE5, 6, 7, 8, so on, have all had demos. And then he said that RE2, RE3, and RE8 all had timed demos a few weeks before the game came out, though, which only became timeless after the games had been out for a bit. So the reason I bring this up or even want to talk about it, well, number one, I would like to play this game as soon as possible. Obviously, the game comes out in just about a month, but I will certainly take a demo. And, his logic is very sound, and it's something that when you read the first tweet from him, you kind of assume, right? Where it's like, okay, well, a lot of Resident Evil games have gotten demos before. I originally thought of, well, he's an insider, he knows his stuff. Is he literally saying, he knows that there's going to be a demo? And then, his follow-up tweet was more of just a reasoning why. Here's one thing I want to throw in, just in terms of my own personal opinion. Tomorrow is the state of play, right? And they talk about indie games and third-party games. I would not be shocked at all if Resident Evil 4 was there. I don't know how much more you need to show. I do think they're taking a less is more approach, and we have seen a little bit about it. Game Informer did their thing, right? So I don't need too much more info, but I wouldn't be all that surprised if tomorrow at the State of Play, Resident Evil 4 was there, and they announced the demo date, that the demo maybe goes live tomorrow, right? Because then that gives you about a month or so, actually, like a month and a day, and then the game comes out. So I think that makes sense. I think that kind of all lines up, but I wanted to throw that in there along with the PSVR story. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.